This group, 2 wins, 2 clean sheets in a crucial time of the season. How happy are you to see this team play like this over these last 2 games?
Yeah, I think it's something that we always knew we had, um, and obviously it's great to see it in the last 2 weeks in some definitely high pressure games. I think it shows what we've got and how we can fight and keep clean sheets as well, which is important at this time of the year.
And in terms of the way the team has adjusted, you've had to adjust with back three. How has that been, and what do you think that does for your group to be able to play with you, Sam and Joel, in that role?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it gives other teams a different idea of what we're going to do because you don't really expect to see me bombing down the left wing sometimes, but it happens. But no, I think it's good. It gives us a different look in all sorts of areas and a little bit more defensive structure. I think and stability.
Last week, goals from set pieces from defenders. This week, you got an assist in the build-up. Like, how much of that do you think is going to make you guys, flipping the around? If you had to defend against a team that was doing that, how much more difficult does that make Flyers as an opponent?
Yeah, I think when you can get goals from anywhere and don't have to rely on one or two players, it's a great sign. I think it definitely makes it difficult for other teams because you can't just focus on stopping one or two players when everyone's contributing. So it definitely makes things a lot more tricky for others.
Jack, is it fair to say that it's okay for this team to get, in a sense, greedy? Like you could have won this game probably by double-digit goal, I mean, probably 4 or 5 goals that weren't finished because of offsides and just. But do you think it's okay to have that expectation for you guys? Like, obviously, a win is a win, but winning by more goals, getting sort of that goal differential up there too. Is that sort of thing you guys think about or expect in a sense to get?
No, we don't really think about that kind of thing. Obviously, it would be great and can make the game a lot easier to finish it off earlier. But at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points, and at this time of year, that's all that matters for us.
Obviously, the group put in the work they've had to all year and to get 45 minutes without conceding a shot in the first half. What does that mean for you guys?
Yeah, I think that shows. I mean, you can't score if you don't shoot, and keeping the team away from your goal. And even in the second half, I don't think they really had any sort of big chances. Maybe one, we got caught on the counter, but I think it shows what kind of resiliency we've got and what kind of defensive shape we found right now.
A win by any margin would clinch the playoffs for the Flyer. How much does that get in your head? Like, how much does that provide extra motivation, and how much of it is just take it as another game because that's what you got to do. Starts 0-0.
Yeah, I think it's just take it as another game, and we can climb a little bit higher and hopefully get a home game for the playoffs, and we'll go from there.
What did you think of Gutman's goal, the cross shot?
No comment. Got me an assist though, so.
I saw different line the defenders, line of the 5. You did a great job pushing all the team to the midfield. You pushed the crew on his field. Was 2 things. Was it the key to win the game?
Yeah, I think keeping a high line and stopping them from playing up in our half makes it difficult for them. And as it shows in the first half, no shots on goal. Just by having a high line and pressuring them, making them uncomfortable in their half.
What do you think about the possibility and the reaction? If I haven't made the playoffs in 8 years and haven't beat Columbus in 5 years, what do you think about this team for this game today?
Yeah, I think it shows this team's got a lot to give, and still there's a lot more to give. We all put in the work and we all fought for 90 minutes, and I think it was one of our best performances of the year. And it's coming at a good time, so hopefully carry on this week and push on further.
All right, consecutive wins, consecutive clean sheets. How are we feeling?
Really good, really good. It was a solid overall performance tonight. I think Greg talked about making them comfortable, and we certainly did that today. But yeah, everybody went into this game with the mentality that we're just going to fight, give our best, and play to our standard. That's what happened.
To see the group in front of you not concede a shot in the first half, what does that do to see this group thrive like that?
It's amazing. It helps with their mentalities. It's a little difficult for me because obviously, it's easier if I've got a lot of action and I can work into the game myself that way. But yeah, it just takes a little bit of more, I'd say, increased focus on my end. But it's great for the confidence of all the guys on the field that we're that defensively sound that we don't give up a shot and play 45. So something we got to keep doing, and eyes on Tuesday.
Well, to bounce back after that first season opening result against Columbus to get this one today, how good does it feel to see that progress from the team from the first week of the year?
It's night and day. I mean, I would say looking back at that first game, we were a little stubborn in the way we played. We had a game plan, and we weren't, I think, good enough in that moment to adapt to what we saw on the field. And today, we were very, very open to whatever the game brought to us, and I think that was the biggest difference I noticed. And obviously the execution. I mean, you saw it out there. Game plan was laid out on the field perfectly by the boys in front, and yeah, it was great.
So the shift to 3 center backs, that obviously gives you one more person working as a defender, but it also does that change the way that you're trying to play the ball when you're building out of the back, just like with who you're playing to?
Yeah, I'd say a little bit in terms of where I need to support, given a back angle, if the ball's going to be circulated back around. That's kind of the only thing that changes for me, but it also gives everybody a sense of greater security, and I think that's something, it's a little bit more running for the midfielders, but I know they can handle it, and it's something that we've found some success in, and I think we'll see what the next games bring. It's all game by game, but for me, I like it. Just a couple minor changes, but nothing too big.
Does it take difference? It's 5 years in the fire in the Columbus School, the first victory at home. Do you consider this a rivalry with the closest?
Yeah, for sure. They might not see it that way, but I definitely get a little more fired up for these games against them. And I think you said it was 5 years, and that's a long time. Happy to do it at home in front of our fans in the way we want it. So tastes a little better.
Chicago Fire is closing the season very well. Now it's game by game, but this week is a long week, 2 weeks more.
Yep.
And how do you feel about this? A lot of pressure, or everybody is prepared mentally?
Oh, like I said, we take it game by game, and because we have such a shortened week with so many games in a short period of time, I think just the key is recovering. After each game, that's just the number one thing, is getting the bodies right, so that in each game we can treat it as its own game, and give our full energy, full passion on the field.
Chris, as you know, obviously clean sheets have been tough to come by for this team. To get 2 in a row, it's pretty big. How sustainable is that sort of defense to really, realistically, especially in this league, to count on potential more clean sheets and just not conceding goals?
I mean, I think that's our goal. Every game, that's our goal. We want to go into it keeping it clean. And unfortunately, we've been on the end of some games where that just wasn't possible. But it has a lot to do with the way we play. I don't think that's necessarily the first and foremost thing in all the coaches' mind. I think we just want to win by any means possible, and again, play to our standard. That hurts me a little bit, but I'm okay as long as the team is winning. So that's kind of my stance on it.
So on the note about winning by any means possible, the team will clinch if they win against Miami. That's not a situation the team has been in the past couple of years, but does that change the mentality for you, or do you think it changes the mentality for anyone in the group, or do you just still approach it the same way?
I think knowing that, it changes the mentality for everybody. We're going to come into Tuesday flying, and I think that's that's the fact. That's crazy. I think, what was it, 2 years ago? If we beat NYC, that was the last.
Yeah, we need a little help, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this is just a win. You're automatically in, yeah.
That's crazy to think about. But yeah, I know the boys are going to be flying, and myself included. I'm getting pretty hyped up for this game. So,
What did you think of Andrew's goal?
Amazing. I think you should cross it more.
That was a pass.
What a pass. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Thank you, Chris.